Good evening and welcome back to Taylor Sanders Field here at Southwestern University. Fourth and final game of the first day of the 2018 SCAC Softball Championship. So glad you could join us here on SHN Sports. And it will be the host, Southwestern University Pirates, the 3 seed, taking on the 2 seed Schreiner University Mountaineers. Pirates able to get by the University of Dallas 4-2 earlier in their quarterfinal victory. Mountaineers, as the 2 seed, they got a quarterfinal bye, and now playing their first game here in the championship as the home team. They will start in the field, and it will be Hannah Ortiz, the 5'2 sophomore from Bowling, starting in the circle for the Mountaineers.
And we've had a great day of softball here today, and the final game of the day should be a doozy here between the number 2 and the number 3 seed in Schreiner and Southwestern. Ortiz in the circle, 12-4 record, making her 17th start, 2.38 ERA, 103 innings pitched. 51 strikeouts to 23 walks. She will face this very good Southwestern offense.
Mountaineers 22-11-1 overall. They are 13-7 in the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference. Pirates 9-11 in the SCAC. Pirates coming up to bat first in the black and gold. Mountaineers in the white and maroon. Pirates right fielder Sydney Scott leads things off.
As you know, Scott, 380 average, 8 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs on the season. She's going to get it started against Ortiz.
Scott takes the first pitch to left center, drops it for a base hit. Scott on to second with a leadoff double.
Well, there's a start for you. First pitch she sees, drives it to opposite field, just drives it into that left center gap, and Sydney Scott, just like that, jumps all over Hannah Ortiz, and the Pirates have their first hit of the game.
And that will bring the shortstop Celeste Silvas to the plate for Southwestern. Pirates led by Angela Frobase, Ali Shukrov, her assistant. Amy Meyer, fourth-year head coach of the Mountaineers, assisted by Cody LaCroix.
Silvas a .322 hitter on the season as she takes a strike. Wouldn't be surprised here to see her square around to bunt. She's got 11 RBIs on the season. No extra base hits. You imagine they're going to try to move Scott into third base with the meat of the lineup coming up.
Low and away for a ball. Silvas will be followed by Phelps and Kofer.
Good start here for the Pirates. They really got that offense going late in the game and trying to carry it over into this one.
Ortiz with the 1-1. Paints the outside for strike two. Brown behind the plate. The infield for Schreiner. Gabby Acuna at third. Kaylee Ashley at short. Alisa Mackey at second. Sam Cordone at first. The outfield, Bailey Ariano in left. Alisa Hernandez in center. Ashton Vasquez in right as that pitch finds itself low and away to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We'll talk about it more during the game, but Schreiner, really the surprise of the season. These two teams met in the first SCAC series of the year, and I think people got a wake-up call early on as that one's going to be fouled off to the left side that this Schreiner team's for real when they took 3 out of 4 from the Southwestern Pirates. I think right then people realized, wait, this is not your old Schreiner softball. This team is for real, and this team can play. And one of the reasons is that pitcher in the circle, the first team All-SCAC selection in Ortiz.
And Ortiz has done a fantastic job. All credit to head coach Meyer, what she's been able to do in 4 years there as this one trickles foul down the third base line.
Now, Ortiz was one who got a pair of wins over the Pirates as they took 3 out of 4. The Pirates actually dropped the first 3 games before winning the final one in a absolute slugfest. They were finally able to pull one out, but it was all Schreiner in the first 3.
2-2, slow roller over to short, actually, with the gun to Cordone. 6-3 for the first out.
Good job by Silvas just getting it in play, moving that runner to third. She does a job, and that brings Grace Phelps to the plate, and an opportunity here for an early lead.
Conference newcomer of the year is Phelps, and what a year she has had. Her first year here in Georgetown.
Yeah, what a year indeed, and the numbers don't lie. 385 hitter, 10 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, and 31 RBI, and she has a chance to add to it right here.
Freshman from Hardin Jefferson High School. Watches the first pitch just outside for ball 1.
And you look how Schreiner is lined up here. Corner's playing a little more in, but anything towards the middle and obviously in the air will probably score a run. Schreiner's willing to trade an out for a run in this situation.
Paints the corner. 1-1. Umpires for today's game. Debbie Barron's behind the plate. Clyde Bartimus at first, and Michael Kindleberg at third. Change up in for strike 2.
Nasty change up, but I like that Phelps is kind of being patient here, seeing some pitches. It's the first time we've seen that change up today. Didn't go chasing after it, just sat on it and watched it. And now she'll battle here at 1-2.
reaches out to foul that one off.
So this is first inning. What is she, 3 better?
We've had a great day of softball weather-wise. I don't think we could have had a better day. Now it's starting to cool just a tad, but not very much, and still pretty lovely night with the lights set to come on here in a bit.
It'll be the first game under the lights ever here at Taylor Sanders Field. Just outside, count evens 2-2. We invite you to join us tomorrow. 5 games.
5.
Start things off at 10 a.m.
We'll have we have 6. We will start the day with 6 teams tomorrow. We will end the day with only 2. Who will it be? You can come find out.
Come join us. Full day of action. Outside, count full to Phelps.
I love this at bat by Grace Phelps. I really do. She's not being over aggressive. She's being smart. She's taking pitches. She's fouling pitches off, and she's making Ortiz throw a lot of pitches in this at bat alone.
Awaiting the payoff pitch. Fouls it off. Phelps continues to rack up the pitch count early on Ortiz.
I mean, you spoke to it, kid. It's worth repeating. This is a young ball club. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. You got Taylor Curtis, the lone senior, and Celeste Silvis, a junior. But after that, it is freshmen and sophomores scattered all the way through.
Another pitch fouled off.
You've got to think that if this is a nucleus that Coach Frobase can keep together for 3 or 4 years, as well as adding some other pieces, that this is going to be a very, very good team for the coming years.
3-2, chopped over to short. Actually, he likes to go home, but able to slide in safely is Scott. And the Pirates take a 1-0 lead.
Interesting that they decided to go home on that play. I thought with the depth that the middle infield was playing, I thought they would just get the out. At first, they decide to go home. Scott beats it out, and now, instead of 2 outs in the inning, they still only have 1.
So Phelps safe at first, only 1 away, 1-0 Pirates. And the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Caitlin Kofer, comes to the bat. She was 4 of 4 earlier in that 5-2 quarterfinal victory over Dallas.
Yeah, 4 for 4 with a pair of RBI. She got her average up to 393 on the season, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, and got her RBI total up to 38 on the season. And, you know, another thing that's so impressive about her, she is not, you know, one of the big power hitters, cleanup hitters. Doesn't really strike out very often either.
Double play opportunity. The throw to first. Got her. 4-6-3 ends the inning, but not before the Pirates take the lead. 1 run on 1 hit, 1-0. Mountaineers coming up to bat for the first time in the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first, Pirates lead 1-0 here in the 2018 SCAC Championship Tournament. Mountaineers coming up to face Lindsay Longuet, the sophomore right-hander out of Missouri City, Texas, Ridge Point High School product. And it'll be the right fielder Ashton Vasquez leading things off for the 2 seed Schreiner Mountaineers. She'll be followed by the second baseman, Alisa Mackey, and the third baseman, Gabby Acuna.
And Cesare Longuet coming back in the circle after getting the win. A 2.11 ERA, 5-4 in the season, making her 9th start. 6 1/3 innings pitched. 41 strikeouts to 20 walks. Did a nice job against Dallas. I think Coach Furrow wanted to save her and have her only pitch this game. Didn't work out that way, but she comes back ready to go.
Francis starting behind the plate. Get you the rest of the Pirates defensively after the 1-0. This is sent foul. Hearn at third, Silvas at short, Mariagos Crosby at second, Kofor at first. The outfield, Grace Phelps in left, Taylor Curtis in center, Sydney Scott in right for the Pirates.
Vasquez, who's at the plate, a .291 hitter, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 14 RBI on the season.
Freshman from Klein Collins High School in the greater Houston area pops this one up into foul territory, and Kofor ranges over in front of the Mountaineers dugout to make the catch.
A nice piece of pitching there by Longuet. Got her to get under it and couldn't quite get it out of play. Kofor, good job being aware where she's at on the field, knowing she's got a lot of room in foul territory and makes the play.
Alisa Mackey comes to bat, the junior second baseman from Clearbrook High School, another Houston area product.
As Mackey takes strike one, she's one of the leaders in the conference in hitting at .423 on the season, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs on the season, and 26 RBIs.
Mackey off the hands. It'll find itself out of play. Count goes 0-2.
You like this so far from Longuet. You remember when she came in against Dallas, struggled a little bit early on. A lot of people don't realize she came in, was struggling to find the zone, had a few walks surrendered, got in some tough situations, and then really settled in nicely. So far, 5 pitches, 4 strikes. You know, we've said with Longuet that can be the little bit of her Achilles heel at times is walks. And so far, that has not been the case.
0-2 to Mackey, a low for ball 1.
I can, knowing how Coach Frobase generally does things, I can pretty much bet I don't think Longuet is going to go the distance here today.
Mackey to left field. Phelps into foul territory, makes the catch.
Again, good piece of pitching there. Longuet took a little bit off of it and went to the outside. And Mackey was just way in front of it and just a simple fly out into foul territory.
So 2 up, 2 down. The third baseman, Gabby Acuna, comes to bat. Acuna, the sophomore out of San Antonio Brennan.
Acuna, .330 average, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, and 20 RBIs on the season.
Acuna with a very wide open stance. That lead leg almost out of the batter's box.
Little reminds me of, was it Edgar Martinez who had that? I love it. Love that stance. We could absolutely do 90s baseball stance talk for probably the remainder of the softball broadcast.
Oh, I think you and I could do that for the remainder of this game and probably all 5 tomorrow. 2-0. Low. The count 3-0 to Acuna.
And Longuet just out of the zone there a little bit. See if she can battle back.
Inside, paints the inside corner, and Acuna will have to come back to the plate with the 3-1 count.
It just caught the inside there. Acuna was trotting down to first, thought she had ball 4. Umpire calls her back.
3-1, Acuna turns on that one, but sends it foul.
She sent that one a long way, just not the right way. And the count is now full. Okay, trying to get a 1-2-3 inning. And for those of you watching and wondering, wait a minute, aren't we at Southwestern? Why is Southwestern the away team? Remember, this is the SCAC championship. The higher seed is the home team. And that is why the Pirates are the road team at their home stadium.
Payoff pitch, fouled away yet again. The Mountaineers, the 2 seed. Pirates, the 3 seed. This is the first game here in the tournament for the Mountaineers. Pirates played earlier, got a victory over the Crusaders of the University of Dallas.
You can't speak high enough on what the Mountaineers have done this season, the job Amy Meyer has done. it's splitting hairs, and, obviously they awarded Wade Wilson with the Coach of the Year, deservingly so, with the season they've had being #2 in the nation. But, don't blink an eye at what the Mountaineers have done this season in Kerrville. It's really been nothing short of remarkable.
It really has, and you and I mentioned it earlier, but the parity of the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference when it comes to softball, every single team is so good as that one finds itself up and away. Acuna draws the 2-out walk. Every team can beat anyone on any given day, be it the Crusaders, be it the Mountaineers, the Ladies of Centenary. And to be as good as Texas Lutheran has been this year and as good as Schreiner has been, that speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
Popped up. Center fielder comes in. Curtis makes the diving catch to end the inning. Pirates on top, 1-0 through 1. To the second we go.
Ronald Jones to the Bucks. Cortland Sutton to the Broncos. I like that. I like Cortland Sutton. Yeah, he went to the Broncos. Oh, nice.
Top of the second, Pirates looking to extend this 1-0 lead over Schreiner University Mountaineers. 5, 6, and 7 to do up for the Pirates. Their designated player, Izzy Jack, to lead things off.
Izzy Jack, a 286 hitter, 7 doubles and 11 RBI in the season, getting the start in the DP role.
Jack, the sophomore out of Houston Memorial. Watches the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Curtis on deck. And then the third baseman, Andrea Hearn, to follow.
Well, SU's done a good job jumping on Ortiz early on. Can they kind of keep their foot on the pedal here and put some more pressure on her early on? You imagine Ortiz is going to lock into this game and settle in a little bit. So again, Southwestern, and we talked about it earlier, when you're facing good pitching, you got to take advantage of anything that you can get.
Whoa, the count moves to 2 balls and a strike on Jack. Pirates with a good start, a run in their first at bat. Can they build on it?
The winner of this game goes into a big game tomorrow against Texas Lutheran at 3 p.m.
Jack over to short, picked up on the hop by Ashley. And a nice throw to Cordone, 6-3 for the first out.
Yeah, actually just played that on the hop and made the easy throw. No problem there, and the Mountaineers get their first out of the inning.
For the pass number 18, Taylor Curtis.
Brings up the center fielder, Taylor Curtis, the senior from Bryan.
Curtis, 359 hitter. 7 doubles, 2 home runs, including one in that Dallas game, tied the game up in the 4th and really changed the entire landscape of that game. And she also has 21 RBI in the season. She takes ball 1.
Been great attendance here today, the first day of the conference championships.
You really saw it when TLU rolled in here. The crowd has really been booming really ever since, and it has stayed pretty good sized crowd here throughout the evening.
Well, as one might expect, the Bulldogs bringing a large contingent of fans.
And with that short drive, not surprising. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from Seguin.
Underneath the 2-0 to right field, and that's going to drop. Gets by Vasquez. Curtis on to second, and Vasquez gambled that she was going to be able to make the diving catch. Could not. Curtis now in scoring position with 1 out.
As gets a double on that play. Good effort by Vasquez. Just couldn't come up with it. For Curtis, that was really good piece of hitting. They throw an off-speed pitch to the outside portion of the plate. She sat back, and just lifted it into right field. Didn't hit it great, but was able to get it down for a double.
Brings the third baseman, Andrea Hearn, up for the Pirates.
It's so hard to sit back on changeups like that, especially on the outside portion of the plate. And that is just such a good job by Curtis. Like I said, didn't get the greatest of swings on it, but got enough of it for it to get down.
1-0 count to the sophomore from League City out of Clear Springs High School.
A 323 average, 3 doubles, a triple, 9 RBI on the season. Not a lot of RBI opportunities for her in this year. She's got 1 here.
Takes to even the count.
Hearn has played every game for this team, and with the job she does at third base, especially in the field, you can understand why. An excellent fielder for the Pirates this season.
One to right field and right to Vasquez for out number 2.
Yeah, again, good piece of hitting, just going with it the other way, but Vasquez barely had to move for it. And now 2 away in the inning.
Brings up the number 8 hitter, Mary Alex Crosby, second baseman, the sophomore from Houston West Side.
Yeah, Crosby going to step to the plate. Pirates going to try to do something here with a runner in scoring position. And you know who's on deck. It is Caitlin Francis, who had such a big game earlier today. You would love to get her to the plate with a chance.
Francis 3 for 3 in the quarterfinal victory over the Crusaders of Dallas. Foul the back. Count goes 1-1 to Crosby.
Crosby, a 280 hitter. 2 triples on the year, 3 RBI. She has 21 runs scored. Ortiz early on, 32 pitches already, and her second inning of work. So they are making her work here early on.
1-1 low, takes off to third and slides in safely. Does Curtis.
You know, I think I'm tempted to give Curtis a stolen base there. She read that pitch there. She read that was going in the dirt, and when that pitch was about, I don't even know, maybe a quarter of the way, she took off because she noticed that was a breaking ball heading to the dirt, and I'm going to go swipe third for it.
Curtis positions herself 60 feet away from making it a 2-0 Pirates advantage. That one, Brown having trouble locating it, finally does.
And that's kind of unfortunate for Ortiz there. I believe that was a strike, and Brown just couldn't corral it there. I think if she catches it and frames it, that would have been strike 2. Instead, the count now goes to 3-1.
Brown, the freshman from Willis, and rare that you see a freshman catcher in college. Speaks volumes of Brown as that bunt goes foul. Well, they're going to call her out.
Out of the box there. Boy, that is unfortunate. You hate to get out that way on a bunt, but that's going to end the inning.
Bottom of the second, we go. Still 1-0 Pirates. Mountaineers looking to draw even. Final game of the first day of the 2018 SCAC Softball Championship. Bottom of the second, Mountaineers coming to bat, trailing 1-0. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the number 2 seed. Their catcher, Rachel Brown, will lead things off.
Yeah, Brown going to lead it off. Going back to the end of that second inning, or into that top of the second, don't love the idea of, you got a 3-1 count. You've kind of had Ortiz on the ropes. I don't love the idea of trying to bunt in that situation, not swing away with a runner 60 feet away. I get it's a slap and you're trying to make something happen, but, even with the unfortunate being out of the box, that's just not sure it's a call I agree with. Not that it was a call, probably something Crosby did on her own.
Quick 0-1 count to Brown, the freshman from Willis.
Brown, a .307 hitter, 9 doubles on the season, 4 home runs, 20 RBI.
Over to short, Silvas with the throw. In time. 1 up, 1 down for the Mountaineers in the second.
Yeah, good job by Silvas getting over to the left side hole, making clean play, clean throw, and there's 1 away in the inning.
Brings up the number 6 hitter, the shortstop, Kaylee Ashley. Actually, the sophomore from Seguin.
Actually, a .362 hitter. 2 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 19 RBI on the year.
Takes. The count goes 1-1.
I mentioned the winner of this game playing at 3 tomorrow. The loser of this game is going to have a quick turnaround tomorrow, as they're going to be back at it at 10 a.m. to take on a good Trinity University squad in an elimination game. Not easy for whoever has to make that turnaround.
This double elimination format. Tigers will have their backs against the wall. That's called in, and the count 2-2 now to Ashley.
Our other elimination game is already set between Dallas and Centenary, which is set for 12:30.
Off the end of the bat, Silvas there, short the throw. In time, got her. Nicely done by Silvas, didn't have a second to spare.
Yeah, Silvas had to hurry there. Again, Longuet just working that outside corner, and these Schreiner hitters, especially on that off speed, are so far ahead of that pitch right now. They're just kind of rolling over everything. Silvas there, though, had to charge and pretty much didn't have any time to hold on to it. Throws a nice strike.
Brings up the designated player, Mary Buheider, the freshman out of Corpus Christi from Incarnate Word High School.
And Buheider, 267 average, 7 RBI on the season. 23rd start.
Over to third, Hearn in time, 5-3 ends the inning as the Mountaineers go in order through 2. The Pirates lead the Mountaineers 1-0.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.
To the third we go. Pirates on top 1-0 in this 2 versus 3 matchup in the conference championship. Pirates bringing 9, 1, and 2 to the plate. Their catcher, Caitlin Francis, the lone Pirate yet to bat in the ball game, will lead it off.
Also the lone Pirate who made the first team All-SCAC team, earning that honor earlier today. Excellent freshman season. Another freshman catcher you were talking about, some of the few that you usually see. She takes ball one, a 383 average, 5 doubles, 9 RBI in the season, and 6 runs scored.
She was 3 for 3 in the quarterfinal victory earlier for Southwestern.
And it was including the go-ahead RBI single, which put the Pirates ahead 3-2, and they never looked back.
Waiting the 1-0. Catches the outside corner. Nice pitch there from Ortiz.
Ortiz, a little bit off her game here early on. You got to think, like I said, that she's going to settle in here at some point and, be the pitcher that we've seen all season.
1-1 fouled off by Francis.
I mean, anytime you're in the All-SCAC pitcher squad with a pair of those Texas Lutheran pitchers, you've been something pretty darn good.
Without a doubt. Scott waiting on deck, Silvas to follow. Ortiz getting the sign from her dugout. Now ready to deliver the 1-2. Low, evens the count.
Again, we've talked about it all day, but I can't say it enough of just how perfect of a day it has turned out to be. And it looks like it's going to be the same here going into the evening.
It's a high of 74 degrees, unheard of this time of the year in Central Texas.
We'll take it.
Slight breeze all day, and anticipate much the same tomorrow. Another invitation if you're in the area. Come out and join us. If you can't make it for whatever reason, stick with us right here on SHN Sports. We will bring you every pitch starting at 10 a.m.
Francis has worked a full count here. Continues to stay alive after fouling that one off. So far, these Pirate hitters have just done a nice job just fouling off Ortiz's pitches, really battling her well, and making her throw a lot of pitches.
Francis continues that trend, does the freshman from College Station as she digs back in, awaiting the 3-2. Francis finds the hole on the right side and comes up with the leadoff single.
Again, this is a third time we've seen this today. Again, Ortiz trying to work that outside half, and Francis, what does she do? Drills that pitch through the right side. That's just great hitting. It's the same thing we saw in the first game. It's a bunch of hitters who aren't trying to do too much other than what they are being given with and what they're being given, and they're just taking it where they see it.
Pirates will bring a pinch runner on for Francis. It'll be number 26, Jordan Farber. Farber, the freshman from Sugar Land.
Jordan Farber.
Back to the top of the order with the right fielder, Sydney Scott.
Scott today got it started. First pitch she saw on the top of the first, drove it to left center for a double, and eventually came around to score.
Watches the initial offering low.
And for Scott, that was her 40th run of the season. She's just one of those players, if she gets on, she almost always finds a way to come around and score.
Another low pitch. Brown doing a very good job, able to cover it up. (2-0) pop to center. Hernandez there to make the catch.
Not a bad 2-0 swing there from Scott. Just got a little bit under it, and it's a easy fly out.
Brings up the shortstop, Celeste Silvas. Silvas grounded out to short in her first at bat.
One of those things, you look at the box score, you see ground out to short, don't think much of it, but at that time, that ground out moved Scott to third base and eventually ended up being a run being scored on a ground out, or a fielder's choice in that case. So Silvas actually did a really, really good job in that situation.
The bunt will trickle foul, and the junior from Corpus Christi will head back to the plate with an 0-1 count.
Good idea there from Silvas. And it just trickles foul. white tip.
In for strike 2. The throw down to first. So Silva sticks back in, awaiting the 0-2 from Ortiz. Catches the outside corner. Silvas goes down looking. First strikeout of the game for Hannah Ortiz.
Yeah, great location there. Just painted the black. You know, Silvas, I can understand why she maybe sat on it. Maybe thought it was a little too outside the zone, but Ortiz just catches it, and there's 2 away now in the inning. As Phelps steps into the box, she RBI fielder's choice, her first at-bat.
Grace Phelps at the plate as pinch runner able to steal second does Farber. So Farber puts herself in scoring position with the stolen base.
Good jump. Yeah, was able to get over there, get in the scoring position. Now Phelps has a chance to get her second RBI of the day.
Phelps digs back in, awaiting the 1-0. Good eye, sees it outside. Count moves to 2 balls and no strikes.
Oh, interesting there. Like a very, kind of think Ortiz is maybe thinking it too, like a kind of similar spot to that strikeout pitch on Silvas. Didn't get the call that time, as Phelps now has a 2-0 count here.
What a first-year campaign for Phelps. Bottom of the third, 8-9 in 1 due up for the Mountaineers, trailing the Pirates 1-0. Fourth and final game of the day here, first day of the SCAC championship. And the lights are on at Taylor Sanders Field. The first time ever a night game has been played here. These are recently installed lights.
Pretty exciting time here for the Pirates, and it works out well. It's a good thing they won that first game, so they could be the ones to actually play under the lights for the first time.
Ariano, the left fielder, at the plate. A big swing and a miss for strike 1 to the sophomore from Toloso Midway.
She comes in with a .256 average, 6 doubles, a triple, and 8 RBI on the year.
Pops this one up to Silvas, and easily collected for the first out.
Tell you, Longuet's doing such a great job, especially with that slider going over the outside portion of the plate. Schreiner just does not know what to do with it right now, and they're really struggling to get good contact on it. And if Longuet can continue to throw that for a strike, Schreiner's either going to have to make an adjustment or it's going to be a long day for him.
Brings up the bottom of the order, the center fielder, Alisa Hernandez, the freshman from Deer Park.
Good speed on Hernandez. She's a .348 hitter with 9 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. 14 RBI, also 13 stolen bases this season.
Slow roller over to Silvas at short. And a routine play, 6-3 for the second out.
Yeah, back to the top of the lineup now with Vasquez. So here we go. The thing we always like to allude to. Here comes the second time through the lineup for the Mountaineers. We're seeing it just now with the Pirates as well. What adjustments are we going to see on both sides, both from the pitching standpoint and from the hitting standpoint?
Longabe able to retire the Mountaineers in order in the second. Can she do so again here in the third? It's been a busy game early on for the shortstop, Celeste Silvas for Southwestern.
Yeah, a lot of action heading towards the shortstop, but that just credits that slider even more.
Over to Crosby. It's second. Crosby makes the throw to Kofer in time for 3. And for the second consecutive inning, the Mountaineers go in order. The Pirates looking to extend this 1-0 lead as we head to the fourth.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.
Through 3. Pirates on top of the Mountaineers, 1-0. It'll be the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6 coming to bat for Southwestern. Their first baseman, Caitlin Kofer, leads it off.
Kofer for 1 with a double play. Kid, it's been a day for the home teams. All 3 games we've seen today have been in favor of the home squads. And let's see if the visitors can maybe pull one out today. So far, they're up 1-0. Of course, it is the visitors on their home field.
Kofer to right field, and that is going to drop in fair territory. Vasquez unable to get to it. Kofer rounding second onto third, and that is where they were going to hold her. A lead-off triple for Caitlin Kofer and the Pirates.
So first, Kofer, as so many of these Southwestern hitters have done so well, again, working that outside half and working it to right field. Now, the bad thing, it's really the second time today we have seen this from Vasquez, where instead of just playing the ball in front of her and keeping that to a single, she goes for a dive, it tips off her glove and goes to the fence. What should be a single, maybe a double, now turns into a triple. You never want to knock the effort. You can't knock the effort. You got to love effort out there. Anybody who's going to go all out and try to make a play, but now that's twice where it's cost them a base.
It was incredible work there from Vasquez, making the diving attempt. But as you correctly said, what would have probably been a single now turns into a triple. And the Pirates, with an insurance run just 60 feet away.
I like Amy Meyer, just jumps out, just tries to settle her pitcher, settle her team down. We're okay. It's a 1-0 game, and even if they do score here, it's a 2-0 game, and that's nothing in softball. The Pirates had a 2-0 deficit earlier today and came back and won. So this is, we're okay. Settle down. Let's get outs. Let's play our brand of softball that's gotten us here.
Designated player Izzy Jack up to bat. Jack grounded out to short, her first time up.
And worth noting again, the middle infield playing back. And now the shortstop actually kind of moving even with second and third base. Second baseman's more back. I think, again, maybe towards the middle infield, they may just trade an out here. Of course, we saw earlier they did not.
Jack sends it foul. Follows behind in the count 0-2.
Jack, you can't afford to strike out here. You got to be able to make some sort of play here. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks. Thanks, Doug.
0-2 outside. Good eye by Jack.
Yeah, let's see if Jack can battle back here now down 0-2. for Ortiz. She's had to work really hard for outs. You know, Ortiz want to try to finish this off pretty quickly.
Jack turns on it, but foul down the left field line.
Put a charge into that one. She really got around on that inside pitch. I think Ortiz was trying to come at the wrist and see if she could get her to pop out there. And Ortiz, Jack, that's just good bat speed to get around on it. It was a little early, but.
Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good patience by Jack. You know, this is a little bit of a wider strike zone, and sometimes you see that. You get the urge to want to kind of expand and try to do what you can, but that's just still good patience at the plate.
Fouls off the 2-2. And ever since they announced that there are coupons to Buffalo Wild Wings for foul balls returned, it has been a race to get foul balls.
Yeah, it is. It is a free-for-all for foul balls. Even the dogs are trying to get the foul balls. That's how bad they want the Buffalo Wild Wings.
They know.
Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.
2-2. Chops it foul. So Jack really battling in this at bat, doing a very good job, staying alive, waiting for the pitch she wants.
Yeah, she's already seen 7 pitches here. This will be pitch number 8 coming up. Strong at bat after falling behind 0-2. She's battling, trying to get this RBI here.
Curtis waiting on deck. Pirates with the insurance run at third. Jack watches it outside, and the count goes full.
And that's what I'm talking about. Ortiz obviously doing a good job getting ahead, but these Pirate hitters are just making it so difficult for her just to get the out. She could get Jack out here, but it's taking her 10 pitches just to get to that point.
Pirate hitters very selective. Payoff pitch. Jack laces it up the left side. And that brings Kofer in to score. And the Pirates find the insurance run now 2-0 Southwestern.
I mean, just applause there. Round of applause to Izzy Jack there for that at-bat. Falls behind 0-2. Battles. Fouls pitches off. Shows great patience. Gets the pitch she wants and just rips it through the left side. Doesn't try to do too much with it. And it's 2-0 now.
That's been a key all day for the winning sides. They have not tried to do too much. Just tried to put the ball in play. And when you do that, good things happen. So now Jack at first, Curtis at the plate. Pirates leading 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. A little bunt. Out of the circle comes Ortiz. And over to Cordone, but the sacrifice bunt moves Jack on to second.
I don't know if anybody was expecting that. And boy, what a bunt that was by Curtis. A good job by Ortiz fielding her position and making the play. She jumped on it pretty quickly, but an excellent bunt there by Curtis to move Jack into scoring position.
And that is going to send Jessica Verana, the senior pitcher, to the bullpen to start warming up for the Mountaineers.
You know, for Ortiz, when you're a good pitcher, you're able to get ahead, but you've got to battle so much. It can wear on you a little bit because, you know, you start getting the thought, what do I have to do to get these batters out? What do I need to bring to be able to get outs, to be able to reserve some stamina?
Hearn at the plate with a 1-1 count. Pirates third baseman flied out to right, her first time up.
Again, this goes to the credit of the Southwestern hitters. They're coming in with a plan, and that can be part of it sometimes, is going to the plate with a plan and being able to execute that plan.
Count moves to 1-2 on Hearn. See if she can trade places with Jack, currently occupying second. Fouls off another pitch.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about, just constantly stay alive. Foul pitches off. That's a good pitch. Oh well, I'm gonna spoil it. These Pirates have come with a plan. They are locked in on this plan, and so far they are executing it to perfection against a very good pitcher. 1-2,
chopped foul.
The crowd goes wild. Caitlin Francis made a little bare hand play on that little dribbler, and you know, they were fired up. Francis must be a favorite among the team. They went crazy when they announced theirs the first team All SCAC.
The 1-2 off the glove of Ortiz, but picked up by Mackey. The throw in time, and give Alisa Mackey a lot of credit there at second, able to stick with it and records the second out. But Jack able to move on to third.
Give Ortiz a little credit there, too. I think if she doesn't get a piece of that, that's going right up the middle, and that's an RBI single. She got a glove on it and was able just a little bit to head towards Mackey instead.
Second baseman Mary Alex Crosby comes to bat for the Pirates.
Crosby, her first at bat, was called out for trying to put a bunt down and stepped out of the box. Now she's kind of in a similar situation here with a runner at third.
Crosby, the slapper. First, Coach Myers going to come out and wants a word with our home plate umpire, Behrens.
Not sure what the conversation here is.
Back to that previous play, you're right. Give Ortiz a lot of credit, the sophomore right-hander. Great reactions. Wasn't able to snag it, but got enough of it to slow it down and actually put it into the path of Mackey. Mackey, a very good second baseman, was able to clean it up.
Yeah, I think it was the difference there between an RBI single and the second out of the inning. Ortiz has done a good job of fielding her position. She's had a couple plays where she's had to come off the circle and make a fielding play. And you know, we've always said with pitchers, we've seen it for a while, that there's so many pitchers that struggle with fielding their position. And it's always so funny. You have these pitchers that can, you know, from the rubber to home, can do these amazing things, these amazing throws, and they can throw it to first base sometimes.
That's not the case with Hannah Ortiz.
Not at all. Not at all.
Sophomore from bowling, proficient in numerous aspects. Crosby digs back in with a 1-0 count. Crosby right back through the circle, and Crosby brings Jack in from third. The RBI single makes it 3-0 Pirates.
I love that from Jack. You know, her first at bat, I imagine she probably had to be a little bit frustrated. She was at the plate with an RBI opportunity, got called out for stepping out of the box on a bunt situation. What she do this time, just singles it right back up the middle and makes it a 3-0 game.
Brings up the bottom of the order. Catcher Caitlin Francis, already 1 of 1. And if you go back to her previous game, she is a perfect 4 for 4 today.
Yeah, she's having a decent day, needless to say.
I would say so.
Yeah, 1 for 1 today. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she was 4 for 4 with 4 singles.
4 for 4, 4 singles, 1 run batted in.
And her last at bat, she just ripped it through the right side. Ripped it so hard, the right fielder tried to make a play at first and almost did.
Throw down to first, but Crosby back in time. Francis now with a 1-1 count.
Southwestern opening up a 3-0 lead, just doing everything right in this game so far. You have Longuet, who's looking terrific, really, looking even better than she did in game 1 right now in the circle. They have gotten Ortiz up. This will be her 75th pitch coming up. We're only in the top of the 4th. And I can't lie, kid. Their approach at the plate has been masterful here so far today.
2-1, Francis over the head of the first baseman, Cordone. Crosby on to third. And the Pirates with runners on the corners and a chance to add to this 3-0 lead.
I mean, is Tony Gwynn at the plate? I mean, Caitlin Francis is just, wherever that pitch is thrown, she's just going with it and taking it to the spot it needs to go. I mean, 5 for 5 now on the day. She's been outstanding.
There's going to be a change in the circle for the Mountaineers. We will have the new Schreiner pitcher when we return. Bottom of the fourth. 2 away. Pirates runners on the corners and a 3-0 lead over Schreiner. Schreiner making a change in the circle. Jessica Vrana, the 5'9" senior right-hander from Jordanton, taking over for Hannah Ortiz.
Vrana, 7-3 record, 2.88 ERA, making her 17th appearance. She has 11 starts this year, 6 complete games. She's going to face Scott and throw a ball. 80 1/3 innings pitched, 43 strikeouts to 30 walks.
So Sydney Scott representing the top of the order at the plate.
I mean, pretty much exactly one of the batters you definitely want up in this situation.
And as good as Schreiner has been this year, Pirates know that every run is going to count. Will they get another one here? They will. Make it 3. The 3-run home run from Sydney Scott. And the Pirates have doubled their lead. Now 6-0.
I mean, what else can you say? It's just the approach at the plate today and just driving the pitch they're seeing, and they're just, it doesn't matter. You know, Schreiner's really trying to work that outside portion, and Schreiner at Southwestern does not care. They are driving it. That's the second time Scott has gone to left center. This time a little more oomph in it, and it's over the left center wall. What more can you say?
So Vrana gives up a 3-run bomb in the first batter she faces. Now she's going to have to settle down. The bases are cleared. Pirate shortstop Celeste Silvas up to bat.
Silvas 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a strikeout as she takes strike 1. Now, Pirates are rolling. They've put 5 across the board in this inning.
5 runs on 5 hits. Chopped over to short. Picked up on the hop. The throw not in time. The speedy Silvas able to beat it out.
No chance there. I mean, Silvas just crushed that into the ground and just used her speed. By the time actually had control, gotten control of the ball, I mean, Silvas was already there basically.
17,
Grace Phelps, freshman left fielder, conference newcomer of the year, up to bat.
0 for 2 on the day, fielder's choice. And then right back to the pitcher, her last at bat. This is the 9th batter of this inning.
That had some heat on it. Finds itself in for strike 1. Maybe a little frustration there on that pitch from Vrana.
Understandably so. Worth noting with Ortiz on that home run, 2 of those runs were credited to Ortiz. She finishes allowing 5 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings pitched.
Smoke from Vrana and gets Phelps down in an 0-2 hole.
And a little bit of a different look here with Vrana just bringing it with the fastball. That's definitely one of the harder fastballs I think we've seen so far today.
Looking to sit down the birthday girl. And this is going to go back through the center. A 2-out single. Though Phelps continues the hit parade. And that will bring up Caitlin Kofer. She led off to start the inning with a triple.
And she's back up at the plate. And the Pirates may not be done yet.
24, Caitlin Kofer.
Runners at first and second. Vrana pumps the first pitch in for strike 1.
I mean, really, all we're missing, we've had a slew of singles this inning. We've had a triple. We've had a home run. We just need a double for the cycle in the inning, at least.
Catches the outside corner. Kofer down in an 0-2 hole.
This is, again, where the Pirates have been so good. They've been down 0-2 a few times, the way they have battled at the plate.
Kofer, a slow roller. First baseman unable to come up with it. Cordone. Mackey was there, but made the toss late, and the Pirates have the bases loaded. You mentioned what the Pirates have been able to do with an 0-2 count. There's another illustration.
A little bit of help there. Obviously an error there by the first baseman keeps this inning alive. Southwestern luck on its side maybe a little bit there. Grace Phelps was pretty much to third base, had to scamper back to second as Schreiner was trying to get everything corralled. And now the bases are loaded for Jack.
Izzy Jack, an RBI single, her first time up in the inning. Great situation here. The bases full of Pirates.
Just a nightmare of an inning for Schreiner, and I think at this point they're just hoping this nightmare can end now without getting much worse.
We've already made a pitching change, replacing Ortiz with Vrana. Outside, now the count 2-0 to Jack.
The one thing, gosh, if you're a pitcher, you've got to hate facing the Southwestern lineup. There is just no break. You just don't get any break. You don't get anybody who's, hitting low 200s or in the hundreds. Every batter that comes to the plate is such a threat.
Everybody can swing the bat. Everybody can hold their own. Two one from Vrana. Jack fouls it off.
Tell you, Jack has got some good bat speed. The second time they've tried to go inside on her, and she's really been able to turn on that pitch and drive it. Both times it's been foul, but she is not being fooled by an inside pitch.
2-2. And the count now full to Izzy Jack.
I'd be interested to see. We might have to go back and look at this, but how many times has Southwestern forced a full count here today? I feel like quite a few times, and then they've been just sitting on a pitch on a full count.
And how many hits have they come up with an 0-2 count? Payoff pitch, low, and that will walk in. Another run, now 7-0 Southwestern.
Ron a little frustrated. I think she thought she had strike three there. I think just a bit off the plate, though, and it's 7-0, and the inning continues.
Bases stay loaded. Curtis sacrifice bunt, her first time up in the inning.
Yeah, she also has a double today. We've mentioned a few times she had the home run in the first game earlier today. That really changed that game completely.
Fouls this one back, and Brown going up against the netting behind home plate, unable to make the catch. That was a very difficult play for Rachel Brown to make.
Yeah, I love the hustle. Great hustle by Brown, just trying to get to it. It was just inches away from her glove, inches away from ending the inning. Yet Curtis stays alive, and we got another 0-2 count.
Bases loaded, 2 away. 0-2 pitch outside.
And that could be a little part of the problem for Schreiner. Now, some of it obviously goes to the Southwestern hitters. They're able to foul pitches away and stay alive, and that's frustrating itself. But sometimes these 0-2 pitches, that one, for example, misses so far outside, it just becomes a waste pitch there as opposed to an 0-2 pitch.
Low. Did she go? Home plate umpire is saying she did not. Now calling her out, so
very confusing.
it was indeed. Curtis called out to end the nightmare inning for the Mountaineers. Pirates, 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 3 runners left on base. It is 7-0 Southwestern as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
You will receive a coupon to Buffalo Wild Wings, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings.
Of the 4th, Mountaineers trailing 7-0, looking to get on the board, looking for their first hit of the ball game. They've gone down in order the last 2 innings. A lone batter's been able to get a board. Gabby Acuna walked in the first. She will come up to bat here in the fourth. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Mackey, Acuna, and Cordone up for the Mountaineers.
Longuet back to work, and you know she's got to feel good having a 7-0 lead. There's a nasty off-speed pitch there for strike one.
Don't count the Mountaineers out by any stretch of the imagination. This is a very good team, a high-powered offense. They can swing the bat, and that's why the Pirates are trying to add every single run possible.
Well, and that is my partner. You couldn't have said that better. Southwestern jumped out to a, let me get the exact score. It was a 14-4 lead over Schreiner, and they only won that game 14-9. These Mountaineers aren't going anywhere.
Mackey with a 1-2 count, digs back in. Outside, 2-2. This is a battle-tested side from Kerrville. You can see that they are not worried, even though they are down 7-0. But when you're down 7-0, you can't worry about the score. You just have to worry about putting the ball in play, getting hits, getting runners aboard. If you do that, you'll score runs.
I say it all the time. You're not going to hit a 7-run home run. It's not going to happen. You've got to start chipping away. You've got to start doing what you can do to start getting a run or two. Now, obviously, you don't have very many innings to work with. You got to start now. But, try to get 2 this inning. Try to get 2 next inning. Maybe try to throw a 3 spot. You got to start throwing some crooked numbers up there. But, of course, the other side of the equation is you've got to slow down Southwestern's bats. And Pirates currently have 7 runs on 10 hits right now.
2-2. Outside, count full to Mackey.
Good at bat here by Mackey. She's battling hard here, and this is exactly what the Mountaineers need to lead off the bottom of the fourth.
See if Mackey can get aboard as the leadoff batter and bring Acuna up. Mackey to left field is going to do just that. That'll land in fair territory. Mackey rounding first, on to second, and comes up with a leadoff double.
I tell you, you can hear a little bit of energy from that Schreiner dugout. They know this is not how they usually are. This is not their best effort right now, and so they're trying to get the energy up a little bit, get something going, and let the Southwestern faithful know that this game is far from over.
Give Mackey a lot of credit. Worked the count full, then sent that one down the left field line as their third baseman, Gabby Acuna, now comes to bat.
Yeah, it was a great piece of hitting. She turned on that 3-2 pitch and sent it right down the line, and Schreiner now has a chance to get on the board. So that breaks up the no-hitter that Longuet had going.
The bunt popped up, and that is going to drop. Longuet loses her footing. And Acuna safe at first, putting runners on the corners.
And we're going to put it down as a hit, just a little bit more of just unlucky. But Longuet just kind of lost her footing when charging on the play. And, if you're Southwestern, yes, you have a comfortable lead, but you can't start giving momentum to the Mountaineers. It's way too good of a ball club to let them start inching back into this contest.
Now the first baseman is Sam Cordone, the senior from Edinburgh, down in the valley out of Edinburgh North. Lays the bunt down nicely. But, hold on a second. No, she is going to be called out. And that is a huge turn of events as Mackey had come in to score, but instead it's going to be the first out, and Mackey will head back to third.
Angela Frobase is fired up. She knew it. She was out of the dugout saying she was out of the box almost immediately. Amy Meyer is stunned, and obviously she's going to come and have a conversation with the umpire. Cordone looks she's standing on first still. She just looks absolutely stunned. I got to be honest with you, Kit, from here, I thought it looked very clean. I did not see her out of the box.
Partner, I agree with you. From my vantage point, I did not see her out of the box. It looked for all the world that she had been able to lay that bunt down. But obviously the home plate umpire, Debbie Barron's, a better vantage point than either you or I.
Absolutely. It's one of those calls, you can tell they have really cracked down on calls like that. I believe, that it's a rule that's always been in softball. As there's a delayed steal, and the runner now going to come home and score.
So
Schreiner, a little trickery here.
Yeah, indeed. Coach Meyer fired up as Acuna is safe at second sliding in, and Mackey comes in to score to put the Mountaineers on the board.
A little just complacency there by Southwestern. I think a little bit of just, you're up 7-0, feeling a little good. You just we're going through the motions a little bit. And a good job by Schreiner taking advantage of that.
Mentioned how good this Mountaineers team is as this is popped into the circle. Longuet there to make the catch for the second out. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and the Pirates made that mistake briefly.
I tell you, that is a really big call on the out of the box call there, because that could have been first and second with nobody out, and now there's 2 outs in the inning, and Southwestern, though a run has crossed, can get out of this inning unscathed. But going back to that point, as I was saying, it's a call. It's really being called a lot more in the last few years that you really didn't see called very much in the past. They've really come down on it.
Bunt finds itself foul. Count moves to 1-2.
It's one of those things I think you can understand, because softball especially, even more so than baseball, with some of the slappers, you're trying to get something down so quickly so you can get out of the box and get down to first with it being such a shorter distance. I get you want to keep an eye on it more.
Well, it's certainly been a point of emphasis the last few years as this is going to go to left center all the way to the wall. Acuna comes in from second to score as Ashley switches places with her. And all of a sudden the Mountaineers have 2, and they've cut it to a 5-run lead.
I mean, perfect job here by Schreiner. This is exactly what they need to do. Let's scratch 2 runs. Maybe we can get 1 more here, maybe it could either turn into a big inning, but even if it doesn't, you got a couple runs on the board. You're getting some energy in that dugout, and you're starting to get back into this where, Southwestern, on the other hand, and probably why they're meeting right now, is saying, okay, come on, we got to – this game is far from over.
Brings up the designated player, Mary Buheider. Grounded out to third in her first at bat.
And Buheider going to step up and see if she can keep it going.
Throw it back to second, but actually back on the bag in plenty of time.
I am very impressed. I saw Amy Meyer kind of rally the troops a little bit. Wasn't going anything crazy, but kind of got together, had a quick conversation, probably a simple let's get going, yada, yada, yada. I'm really impressed how Schreiner has responded in this inning.
Low and in, 2-1 the count. Well, a team of this caliber, again, there's a reason they are the number 2 seed here in the championship. Not a lot needed to be said. Coach Meyer knew that.
Absolutely. They knew that. They know the team they are and what they've accomplished this year.
Big cut. Buheider now with a 2-2 count.
Nasty pitch there from Longuet. He took a little bit off of it. Had Buheider way ahead. And the count now at 2-2.
2-2. Silvas picks it up. The throw in time. Great play from Silvas. That one careened off of Longuet. And the inning comes to a close, but not before the visitors plate their first 2 runs. And it's a 7-2 ball game. Pirates on top as we head to the 5th. Top of the 5th. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up for the Pirates. They were able to plate 6 their last at bat. Schreiner got on the board with 2 of their own in the bottom of the 4th, and it is now a 7-2 Southwestern lead as Andrea Hearn leads things off.
Yeah, Hearn 0 for 2 so far today as she steps into the box and takes ball 1, looking to get it started. And all right, so if you're Schreiner, you did the first part. You got some runs on the board, got a little confidence going, maybe woke up the bats a little bit. If you want to start making any sort of comeback, this is phase 2. You've got to put the Pirates down. You can't let them score any more runs. That's how you're going to start making a comeback in this game.
Obviously, they would love to put the Pirates down in order, but more importantly, they cannot allow Southwestern to score any more runs in the inning, as you so correctly said. Count now 2-1 to Hearn. Crosby waiting on deck. And then Francis to follow. Francis, who's 2 of 2 in the ball game.
I feel like I'll be repeating myself. I feel like I'll sound the same in Game 3. It's easier said than done, especially with a team. You know, we said TLU earlier hits 351 as a team. Southwestern 350 as a team. And these are just some teams that can swing it.
Hearn awaiting the 3-1 from Verona. And the count goes full.
Well, you look at the way some of these teams can swing the bat. You had TLU at 351, Schreiner at 318. You get a couple other schools like Centenary and Dallas who are in the high 200s. A lot of good offense here.
Foul down the third base line. And you get the feeling this is just a big inning for both of these teams. Momentum was fully on the Pirates' side. Schreiner able to pull a bit of it back.
I'd be willing to even say, I'd go on a limb and say this inning may decide where this game goes. If the Pirates can plate a few more, you can probably chalk it up to the Pirates coming out on top. Now, if the Pirates don't, they're still in control, but Schreiner has a lot more momentum going into the bottom half of the inning.
Hearn able to draw the leadoff walk. Brings Mary Alex Crosby, Southwestern second baseman, to the plate. RBI single, her last time up.
1 for 2 on the day.
Bunts it back, foul. What effort there. Incredible job from Brown. Just could not get to it, but all credit due there to Rachel Brown, the diving attempt.
Gotta love the effort there. If you're Crosby, got to do a better job with these bunting situations. A lot of times, if they know a bunt's coming, they're going to give you a rise ball of some sort. You've got to be able to go with the ball. You know, use your eyes to go with the bat, go with the ball, and get on top of it and get it into the ground.
Another bunt that goes foul. Crosby finds herself behind in the count, 0-2.
Definitely has to be some frustration down the third base line, not being able to get that bunt down. But, you know, Crosby swung the bat pretty well last time, so let's see if she can battle back down 0-2.
Rana. That one over to short, picked up. Double play opportunity. No, they're not going to get it, but they will get the leadoff runner. 6-4 takes down Hearn.
Yeah, nice job. Actually over there at short. Fields it clean, gets the easy flip. Too much speed down the first base line to turn 2, but easy out there for the Mountaineers.
But now Schreiner has to do something they have not been able to do in the ball game. They have to sit down the Pirates catcher, Caitlin Francis.
In fairness, nobody has been able to do it here today.
She's 2 of 2 in this game. She was 3 of 3 earlier in the Pirates' 5-2 quarterfinal victory over Dallas.
She takes strike 1 here. Verana's done a nice job coming in relief. You know, she came in a tough situation, gave up the home run, and after that had a couple other issues, but since then has settled in. And again, they're going to need her if they want to try to get back into this.
Crosby back on the bag, and they have to be careful. Brown has a cannon behind the plate.
Absolutely.
Chopped over to second, the throw to first.
Finally got her.
Crosby goes down for the first time today. 4-3 for the second out. Brings us back to the top of the order with Sydney Scott.
Big day today for Scott. 2 for 3, including a double, a 2-run home run, a 3-run home run, and a fly out to center.
That 3-run bomb came in her last at bat.
And you wonder, maybe, they've been pitching Scott on this outside portion that she's been able to drive to left center. And, well, I'm kind of surprised. You look, the left fielder's playing more towards the line. Center fielder is in dead center. There is still a wide gap to left center, which is where Scott's gotten twice now.
Chopped right back to Verona, able to field it, and the little underhand toss low but dug out by Cordone. Nice job by the first baseman. 1-3 ends the inning. The Pirates unable to add to this 5-run lead. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Mountaineers looking to cut into the deficit. Bottom of the 5th, 8-9-1 coming up for Schreiner. Left fielder Bailey Arellano to lead things off. Able to plate their only 2 runs last time up to bat. They kept the Pirates from scoring in the top of the inning. Now we'll see if the Mountaineers can cut further into this 5-run deficit.
Well, they've done their job. They got a few runs last inning. They were able to put a 0 on the board for Southwestern. Now can they scratch 2 or 3 more across in this inning and really make this a ball game and take all the pressure and put it squarely on Southwestern?
Arellano popped out to short, her first at bat. Count 1-1.
Kit, both you and I know we have seen some comebacks this year. We saw at the field behind us a 9-0 comeback that ended up being a 10-9 win. We know it can happen.
Sophomore from Corpus chases that one outside for strike 2. Bounce in, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think it still goes without saying, but, Longay's slider all day today has just been filthy. And it has had a lot of batters off balance.
Fouls off the 2-2.
That's Buffalo Wild Wings.
Count now full to Arellano.
It's a great lead off at bat. Now can she finish it off, get on base, and get things started here?
High, Arellano draws the leadoff walk.
I do wonder if you're Coach Frobase, how long, Longay pitched a good bit in the first game, pitched 6 1/3, I believe. She's now starting her 5th inning of this game. How long are they going to stay with her before they maybe move to a Bailey Meyer or Netek or someone in that bullpen? Be interesting to see.
Lays the bunt down. Hearn comes in from third, able to get the throw over as Hernandez sacrifice bunt, moves Arellano into scoring position.
I tell you, I don't blame Herm for taking the risk, but she got on that so fast, she actually had to play at second if she wanted to try it. Now, I agree with her going to first, but she was on top of that bunt so quickly. she really could have gone anywhere with it.
Vasquez.
Back to the top of the order, right fielder Ashton Vasquez. Vasquez looking for her first hit.
Vasquez trying to get it going here in the leadoff spot. 0 for 2 today. Fouled out, grounded out. That was an RBI opportunity here.
Fouls this one off. Longuet now 61 pitches, 37 for strikes.
We see Nadia Nitek and Bailey Meyer taking a slow walk down to the bullpen. My guess for this game was that they'd go 5 innings with Longuet and then make the change for the final 2. We'll see if that holds true.
We saw Meyer earlier in the first game. We've not seen Nitek today. We'll see which one of the two it'll be as they both head to the bullpen to warm up. 1 and 2, the count to Vasquez. Vasquez chops it over to Silva. Silva selects to go to third. Hearn there to apply the tag. Good heads-up play from the shortstop.
That's just a smart play there by the shortstop. You know, she sees Ariano trying to advance to third, and by the time she's halfway to third, already up with it, just makes the simple throw to third and gets the very easy out.
Second baseman number 12, Alisa Mackey.
2 away. Vasquez at first. The Mountaineer second baseman, Alisa Mackey, comes to bat. Oh, 1 to the junior from Houston out of Clearbrook High School. Mackey laces this one foul and finds herself down in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, Mackey had a double in her last at-bat and actually had a great at-bat to earn that double. Actually broke up the no-hitter at the time. And she'll look to try and get something going here.
Mackey fouls it back. Oh, 2. Mackey sends it over to Silva. Silva scoops it up and makes the throw to Kofer. 6-3 to end the inning. So both teams scoreless in the 5th. On to the 6th we go. Pirates still on top, 7-2. Through 5, Pirates lead the Mountaineers by as many. It's Southwestern 7, Schreiner 2. 4th and final game, day 1 here, the 2018 SCAC Softball Championships. Reminder, we will have 5 games for you tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. right here on SHN Sports. Hope you'll join us for each and every pitch. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Pirates. Celeste Silvas at the plate to lead it off.
Silvas, 2-hole hitter, 1 for 3 on the day, including a single. Just chopped one into the ground and beat it out in her last at-bat.
Silvas, Phelps, Kofer. Up and in, 2-0 to Silvas.
For the Pirates, you know, we've talked about kind of how momentum in this game has gone. That was a nice inning there by the Pirates. Get out of it, kind of kill any Schreiner vibe, any Schreiner momentum, and stay in control of this game.
Picked up by the third baseman, but no play to be made. That one hit and just died. Acuna came in, but by the time she picked it up, Silvas was almost at first.
You know, it's got to be one of the most frustrating things as a pitcher or a fielder, probably especially a pitcher. You know, the hitter did absolutely nothing with your pitch. You know, didn't really get much of it, but it's in such a tough spot that there's nothing you can do as a fielder. I don't care who's playing third base. Nobody could have gotten Silvas out in that situation.
Grace Phelps now at the plate. Takes for strike one. A beautiful evening. It's been a beautiful day. Now a beautiful sunset. What else would you expect here in Georgetown? The lights on for the first time ever at Taylor Sanders Field. Just a picture-perfect setting in every way.
I couldn't ask for a better day, to be honest. As Phelps takes the ball and the count's at 1-1, and you know, if you're Southwestern, you're liking what you're seeing right now from this squad. A couple big innings, some solid pitching, and you have a 7-2 lead over the number 2 team. Can you finish it off as we get later into this game?
1-1. The bunt goes foul for strike two. Bunt attempt, I should say.
Great crowd on deck as well. See some fans that have made the trip from Kerrville.
Been fantastic attendance all day long for our first game all the way here to the last. 1-2, Phelps right back up the middle. Comes up with a single, another hit.
12 now on the day for the Pirates. I've said it again, and if the Pirates hold on, I can't wait to talk to Angela about it. Their approach, their plan at the plate today has just been remarkable. I have loved what I've seen from these Pirate hitters against very good pitching. I mean, very, very good Schreiner pitching. Their game plan at the plate has just been remarkable.
Caitlin Cover up to bat. 1 of 2.
Worth reminding, the winner of this game, 3 o'clock tomorrow, takes on number 1 CTLU with a spot in the SCAC championship game on the line. The loser of this game has a quick turnaround at 10 a.m. against number 5 Trinity.
Kofer fouls it off. 1-1 count.
And then, as we've mentioned a few times, our other elimination game is already set. Dallas, the number 6 seed, will take on Centenary, the number 4 seed, at 12:30. We'll start with 6 teams tomorrow. We'll finish with 2, and we'll know our championship game.
Pitch was outside. Did she go? They're going to say she did. Count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gopher probably not worried about it. The Pirates have swung the bat so well with 2 strikes, she'll probably take it.
1-2. Kofer's going to do just that. Kofer past Mackey at second. Pirates are going to bring 1 in. Kofer on to second. They will hold Phelps there. The RBI double. Do you do lottery numbers as well? Because right now you are on fire. And the Pirates are as well. Another run puts them back up 6. Now 8-2.
And with that, Coach Amy Meyer is going to give Rana out of there, and she's going to make another pitching change.
We'll have the new Mountaineers pitcher coming up after this.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com. Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP.
A new pitcher for the Mountaineers. It'll be number 14, Amanda Timmerman, the freshman right-hander from Kingwood, out of Kingwood Park High School, taking over. Third pitcher the Mountaineers have used in the ball game. Pirates back on top by 6, 8-2. No outs in the top of the sixth. And Pirates at second and third as Izzy Jack, the designated player, comes to bat.
Jack going to step into the box. 1 for 2 today with a pair of RBIs. Ground out a first at bat, RBI single, and then an RBI walk, both coming in that fourth inning where the Pirates plated 6 runs. As Timmerman into the game.
Jack at the plate. 1 of 3 with an RBI single back in the fourth. She came up to bat not once but twice. The first pitch, oh, that one got away from Brown, but not far enough.
This season, Timmerman, a 2.47 ERA, 2-2 on the year, making her 8th appearance, 22 2/3 innings pitched. She will try to slow down this Pirate offense.
One, two. Jack goes down swinging. Timmerman, hold on. 2-1, excuse me, so it'll be 2-2. I think Jack thought the same thing I did.
No, it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
And now 2-1, excuse me. My apologies there, getting ahead of myself, reading that incorrectly.
Got a little excited.
Did indeed, and now it was a 3-1 count, so all kinds of issues there. Hold on.
I personally thought it was 3-1 there, or I thought that was 3-1. Well, you know what? Anyways, bases are now loaded.
So that was
this is game 4. So.
ball 4. That much we know for sure.
And we know Taylor Curtis is now batting.
So Jack loads the bases. No outs. Curtis is at the plate and takes for strike 1. Coach Frobase out, and I believe the Pirates are going to bring a pinch runner on for their designated player. They will indeed. It'll be number 8, Mallory Johnson. Johnson, the junior from Lorena, comes on as a pinch run at first in place of Jack.
Pinch running for the Pirates, number 8, Mallory Johnson.
Curtis has been good so far through this championship, and she can break this one wide open. You know, we talk about what kind of, what can you change with your last at-bats, what you can learn, what kind of adjustments can you make. You know, Curtis came up with the bases loaded last time and struck out swinging. She's now got another opportunity with the bases loaded. What is she going to do this time?
Outside, count moves to 2-1. Curtis chases it high for strike 2.
Yeah, I got her to chase there on the rise ball, and Pirates going to have to be a little more disciplined with that rise ball, especially some future teams that they see down the road. But it's such again, a good rise ball. It's just so hard. I mean, you know, I've had some fun and have been able to kind of try, and I do say try, to hit off some softball pitchers. And those rise balls, they're just something else. They're something to behold. You know, it looks like something coming right down the middle, and then suddenly it's not.
Low. The count now full to Curtis.
That one did not miss by much. Curtis showing great patience there. And now she'll take anything she can get here.
Bases loaded, no outs. 3-2. Curtis a mile high into foul territory. Picked up by the left fielder Arellano in foul territory for the first out.
Brings a run home, so a sac fly there for Curtis. Only the first out of the inning, and the Pirates have a 9-2 lead now. Worth noting, 8-run rule's in effect, but the Pirates are the visiting team. So no matter what, no matter how many runs the Pirates score this inning, Schreiner will get an opportunity to bat in the bottom half.
Third baseman Andrea Hearn at the plate. Runners at second and third for Southwestern. Just one out. Hearn, one of the few Pirates who has yet to record a hit in the ball game. Actually, the only Pirate still looking for her first hit.
Yeah, she'll see if she can reverse those fortunes here.
A quick 3-0 count to Hearn.
And you already see Carell on deck. She's going to get a shot here with possibly some people on base.
Low, ball 4. Hearn walked. The bases loaded again. So a pinch hitter, as you mentioned, in the place of Crosby. And it will be Katie Carell, the sophomore from Cypress out of Cy Woods High School.
Very dangerous hitter, a lot of power. She played in the earlier contest, wasn't able to come away with a hit. 5 home runs on the season, which does lead the team. We mentioned she doesn't have a ton of at-bats, but she has over 30 RBIs. So she is the one you can call in these situations. Now, a lot of times she's come up to the plate in these same situations where there's somebody in scoring position, and they need her to come up and do a job.
An opportunity here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Big cut for strike 1. Carell itching to pull the trigger.
Oh, I know. You could see that. She just came swinging out of her shoes there, wanting to do something here.
1-1 now. And that one gets away from the pitcher. Pirates are going to bring another run in. Kofer comes in from third. And just a miscue there, as it looked like Timmerman took her eyes off it. That one went over her head.
I was going to say, I looked down and didn't even see what happened. I just heard it's in the outfield. And
well, the throw from Brown, it was a play that you would assume Timmerman to catch that she would make. But it is now 10-2 Southwestern. Runners on the corners and 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th as Carell awaits the 1-2.
As we said, the run rule now in effect. Pirates just need to get 3 outs in the bottom half, and this game will be done.
Well, if we've seen anything, it's not to count this Mountaineers side out. The Pirates certainly not doing that.
Absolutely not.
They would like to get a victory. They would certainly like to make it in 6 to give them a little more rest. 2-2 now to Carell.
Yeah, the Pirates add a little insurance to your big lead and see if you can close it out that way.
Carell over to short. Picked up And the throw to first, not in time. Brickerell on to second. The second out recorded. Brickerell puts herself in scoring position.
Got hit in the air. There's a hit. I'm sorry. No, there's not. My bad. My bad.
In the bottom of the order up for the Pirates, perform their catcher, Caitlin Francis.
Well, we think for a moment we get a time. Maybe seeing a re-enter for the runner.
And we will. So Crosby, who Brickerell pinch hit for, will now re-enter and take her spot at second.
Welcome back to Crosby. Red hot Francis. Only 2 for 3 today. Not quite the 3 for 3 like in game 1, but she has another RBI opportunity here. That one misses for a ball 1. We've mentioned it. It's worth repeating. The winner of this game, TLU, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, with a spot in the SCAC championship game tomorrow.
Francis hit by the pitch, and that may actually be the best thing considering how hot Francis has been at the plate. That is, if you're the Mountaineers.
Second and 2 outs. The leadoff, number 6, Cindy Scott.
So Pirates at first and second with 2 down, and Scott comes back to bat.
I appreciated that chant. It was an owl chant. Just, I'm not big on the whole chanting thing, but owl, just yelling owl at her is pretty good, actually.
2-0 to Scott.
Scott's had a big day. A pair of hits, including a double and a 3-run bomb. I really feel like Scott's kind of set the tone here today. She started with her first at-bat, and she kind of blew the game open with her home run. And she had a big day.
Scott taking the whole way.
Thurman's got to be careful here. You know, it's 3-1. You don't want to lay one up here to Sydney Scott. She is one that will make you pay.
And Scott walked to load the bases. So Timmerman now having trouble finding the zone. And it will bring us back to Silvas, who led off the inning.
For the second time today, the Pirates have batted around. They did it back in the 4th. They've done it again at the 6th.
In that 4th inning, they plated 6 runs, by the way. They've already plated 4 here in the 6th. In for strike 1 to Silvas. Pirates 11 runs on 13 hits. Schreiner 2 runs on 3 hits. They've also committed 3 errors. Silvas down in an 0-2 hole.
Silvas has a pair of hits, and both have been infield singles that she's really just kind of put into the ground and said, make a play. And it's hard to throw Silvas out when she's flying down that line.
0-2, well outside, gets away from Brown. Pirates bring another in as Crosby comes across to score. And the Pirates now with a double-digit lead, 12-2.
10-run lead for the Pirates. They have a little bit of cushion going to the bottom of the 6th, and the wheels have just kind of fallen off for Schreiner. And if they can't get back into this, and they're going to have to regroup tomorrow and see what they can do. They're going to. I tell you, this is the number 2 seed, and they're going to possibly go into an elimination game tomorrow against a really good Trinity squad. It's not going to be easy for them. It's crazy to imagine, and it just goes back to what we said all day about the parity of this league. But number 2 could be staring at a 2 and barbecue tomorrow, which would be pretty shocking, for how good this team is.
Timmerman with the 1-2 high.
If you're Angela Frobase, from a hitting perspective, I don't think you could be happier than what you've seen from the Pirates today.
Popped up by Silvas. And a great play by Hernandez. The center fielder comes in to make the diving catch to end the inning, but not before the Pirates plate 5 on 3 hits, 2 errors, 2 left on base. Pirates lead 12-2. Schreiner coming up to bat in the bottom of the 6th. They have their work cut out for them, where the Pirates are going to come up victorious in this one. Bottom of the 6th, Pirates 5 more runs in the top of the inning, now with a 10-run advantage. The Schreiner University Mountaineers are going to have to pull at least 3 back if they want to send this to the 7th. As the home team, they will get the opportunity to bat last. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Schreiner. Third baseman Gabby Acuna leads it off.
Acuna 1 for 1 today. Walked her first at-bat, singled her second at-bat. She steps to the box. Longuet going to try and get the complete game here.
In for strike 1, so Acuna, Cordone, Brown. 3, 4, and 5 up for Schreiner. They've got to get the bats swinging. 1-1 to Acuna.
Things hold, Longuet will get her second win of the day, and she'll go to 6-4 on the season.
In for strike 2. Nice pitch there.
On the other side, Ortiz would fall to 12-5 as she is in line for the loss.
Now 2-2. Another full day of action for you tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. right here on SHN. And Acuna goes down swinging. And believe it or not, that is the first strikeout of the game for Longuet.
That is hard to believe with how well she's pitched for the most part. That is pretty hard to believe. You got Cordone up. You go back to that 4th inning. A big point in this game. She was called out for being out of the box on a suicide squeeze attempt. Now, what could have came from it, who knows? But at the time, it looked like Schreiner was going to have first and second with a run home and nobody out. It turned into an out and kind of halted the rally a little bit.
Phelps in the left. Makes the catch, and the Mountaineers down to their final out.
I'll come down to Brown here.
Rachel Brown.
Brown 0 of 2.
Longuet only 75 pitches thrown. We are in the 6th, not the 7th, but been very efficient. Really settled in, using her slider well.
Silvas picks it up on the hop. The throw from across the diamond ends it. And the Pirates victorious 12-2 in 6. And Southwestern a big win. The final game here, the first day, the 2018 SCAC Softball Championship. The number 3 seed takes down the number 2 seed, Southwestern, with the victory. And Schreiner, all their backs will be against the wall tomorrow. We will head down to the diamond momentarily. And we will join our man James Hill and the winning coach, Angela Frobase. Coach has got to be very pleased with the performance we've seen tonight from the Pirates. 12 runs, 6 in the 4th, 5 in the 6th for the Pirates. And they get a big victory over the number 2 seed, Schreiner University Mountaineers. We now head down to the diamond to check in with James Hill.
And we are here down on the field with Coach Frobase and Sydney Scott. The Pirates defeat number 2 seed Schreiner 12-2. Coach, Sydney, congratulations on the win. And Coach, I'm going to start with you. This offense, I mean, you face a great pitcher in Hannah Ortiz. You guys, from the start, just seem to have such a great approach and a great plan at the plate. Just talk about how this team was able to execute.
Honestly, we were disappointed with results earlier in the year. I mean, we haven't forgotten about it. We've been reminded of it constantly, and I think we just did a great job being patient at the plate, working our zone, and, taking care of business. I think we swung with a lot of confidence, and that's always huge.
Talk about this person next to me, Sydney Scott. She really got it started, had a double on the very first pitch, had a big home run later on that really broke it open. Talk a little bit about her.
Makes me look good as, she's my leadoff, right? So it makes us look good. She obviously has great approaches at the plate. I wouldn't want anyone else as my leadoff or outfielder. And, she does a great job, and that sets a tone for our program.
Lindsay, I'll turn to you. As I said, talking about Lindsay, I'm talking about the pitcher. Sydney, you opened the game up so impressive, had the big double, had the big home run. Talk about your approach at the plate, what you were able to do to succeed.
I was just working on keeping my hands high on top of the ball, and when the new pitcher came in, Coach Sugrove said, "Welcome her to the game," and I did. So
talk about just the momentum this team has right now and what you guys were able to do at the plate and how that can carry over into tomorrow.
We just want to prove that we are the top team and that we can take over, and we want to prove that we didn't have the best season, that we can make it up for it right here.
The Pirates defeat Schreiner 12-2. Coach Sydney, congratulations on the win. We'll see you tomorrow. We hope you've enjoyed today, day 1 from the SCAC Softball Championships here in Georgetown. Again, just to lay it out for you, tomorrow we'll start with Trinity University against Schreiner at 10 a.m. We'll follow that up with Centenary against Dallas at 12:30. Both of those games will be elimination games. And then at 3 o'clock, Texas Lutheran and Southwestern will face off, where the winner of that game punches their ticket into the SCAC Championship game. We'll have a few more elimination games after that, and by the end of the day, we will know the 2 teams playing for the SCAC Championship on Sunday. For my partner, Kit McConico, this has been James Hill for SHN Sports. Good night from Georgetown. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.